Dear Diary. Wait, what are we, fucking 10? No, we could do better than that. This is...
Hard. This shit is hard. I mean, look, I've been doing this for what, 4.5 years? That's 4.5 years every single day. Workouts, counting macros, meal prep, cardio. God only knows how many fucking miles of cardio. Buying groceries, visualization, drinking water, check-ins every week, blood work every month, going in and seeing the chiropractor, getting muscle work every other week. It's so fucking much. And don't even get me started on the money. So much money. Money spent on clothes, food, gym memberships, DEXA scans, blood work, supplements. Holy fucking shit, the supplements. It's a lot. It's a lot, bro. 4.5 years, man. I pray every single day that one day all of this work, all of this sacrifice will come together and finally fucking mean something. Because right now I just don't know. I don't know where it's going. I don't know what I got left. Some days I feel like I'm right there, man, like right on the edge of success, and then some days I just feel like I'm this close to giving up.
But just when I thought I was done, God answered.
We did it. 4.5 years of work, almost a year under Alex. And we finally did it. The 4 words I've been waiting to hear for the last year. We're in prep. Now I realize that most of the people that are watching this don't have a clue what I'm talking about. And we'll talk about that. But it was a very surreal moment for me. It was very exciting. It was very... I cried a little. And then I peed a little. And then I realized we're 16 weeks out. But for him to say that we're ready, he's not going to put me on stage if I'm not ready. He wouldn't do that to his reputation. He wouldn't do that to the team's reputation. And he certainly wouldn't do it to me. So what's prep? In a nutshell, prep is a phase. And it's usually 16 to 8 weeks, depending on, where your body is and when your show is and how many times you've done this. I've seen people do a 3-week prep. I've seen people do a 20-week prep. But the average, 16 to 8 weeks, where you take steps, and we won't get into any detail today. I want to keep this simple. You take steps in your diet, nutrition, and exercise to get your body ready, to get your physique ready to step on stage. And there's 3 things that I can gather from my research and from talking to other competitors that we're trying to do when we go through prep. Number 1 is we want to lose as much body fat as possible. Number 2 is we want to dry out as much as possible. And I mean physically dry out. So there's going to be a period of time where you're drinking very little water. And that's so that the skin gets tight and it's thin and you can see your muscles better. And then number 3, we want to put our muscles into a state where they're very eager to get glycogen, carbohydrates basically, so that when you do have carbs, all that glycogen goes into your muscles and they swell up and they get real big. They appear very full, right? And that's a bit of a dance. And that's why I say it's important that you get a good coach, especially for your first show, that knows what they're doing with prep, because you kind of have to work backwards from show day to get ready for that. And it's not a very healthy place to be. It's not sustainable as a diet. You have very little energy. In fact, competitors talk about brain fog. They have cognitive issues. They do crazy shit like take the clothes out of the dryer and throw it back in the washer. Forget how to tie their shoes. There's all sorts of crazy things because you really do deplete your calories to a noticeable point when you're in prep for a significant amount of time. So it's definitely not healthy. And having that guidance is pretty important. Keep in mind, I'm no expert at this. This is just what I've learned from other competitors and my own research. So, before you guys dive into the comments, you folks that really know what you're talking about, I don't. This is just what I've gathered so far. And that's what this whole series is, right? Is me sharing the information as I learn it. And that's basically prep. We'll get into much more detail as we get closer to the show. I want to keep this kind of short and basic. And honestly, I'm still learning. I'm no expert in this. So don't take anything that I tell you guys as gospel, because, I'm having to do my own research and ask my own questions too. But I do want to make sure that I document and I share with you guys that follow me out there what I'm going through, because I'm sure that others will follow in my footsteps just like I'm following in other people's footsteps, right? But today we get to pat ourselves on the back. Today we are one step closer to stepping on that stage. Man, I'm excited. I'm so excited. "16 weeks out. It's game time. Catch you next week, guys."